Alright, y'all. We've got some wild family drama hitting the internet, and it's centered around King Harris, the son of T.I. and Tiny. If you've been keeping up with the Harris family, you know they're no strangers to the spotlight. But this latest controversy has fans talking non-stop. King Harris recently went public with his frustration about not being able to find his boyfriend, and instead of just blaming circumstance, he put the spotlight on someone very close to him, his mother, Tiny. Yes, you heard that right. King claims that Tiny's involvement somehow made it harder for him to reconnect with his boyfriend, and of course, the internet has gone absolutely wild over it. Today, we're going to break down everything that's happened, what King said, the public reaction, and why this family dynamic continues to dominate headlines. So, here's the context. King Harris took to social media recently, expressing his frustration and clearly venting about his personal life. He revealed that he had been struggling to reconnect with his boyfriend, and instead of keeping it private, he decided to be upfront with his followers. But what made this situation particularly newsworthy is that he claimed his mother, Tiny, played a role in complicating things. From King's perspective, Tiny's involvement, whether it was offering advice, being overprotective, or simply being present in his personal life, made it harder for him to manage his relationship on his own. King's post wasn't just a casual complaint, it had an edge of frustration, suggesting that Tiny's actions, however well-intentioned, were making his life more difficult. And as you can imagine, fans of the Harris family immediately had a lot to say about it. Now, let's get this straight. King Harris is an adult, and in most situations, adults are expected to manage their relationships independently. But when it comes to family dynamics, things aren't always so simple, especially for someone growing up in the public eye like King, T.I. and Tiny are known for being hands-on parents. And that involvement has been a blessing in many ways. They've supported their children's careers, offered guidance, and tried to shield them from the negative side of fame. But sometimes, too much involvement can feel like interference, and that seems to be exactly what King is feeling. He's publicly expressing that his mother's presence or advice has somehow hindered his ability to maintain privacy and control in his relationship, which is a sentiment that resonates with many adults who grow up under watchful eyes, even outside of Hollywood. The reaction online has been immediate and intense. Fans quickly weighed in, with opinions split between support for King and criticism for airing family grievances publicly. Some argued that he had every right to vent, stating, "Parents sometimes overstep boundaries, even when their intentions are good." Others took the opposite view, saying, "You're an adult. Stop blaming your mom for your relationship issues." And then, of course, there were the memes, because the internet never misses a chance to turn drama into entertainment. The Harris family, having been in the spotlight for years, is no stranger to this kind of viral attention. And King's latest post added yet another chapter to their public saga. It's important to note that King's frustration isn't just about a single incident. It's part of a broader pattern of family dynamics that fans have watched unfold over the years. Growing up in a high-profile household comes with unique pressures. King is not just any adult. He's the son of T.I. and Tiny, two figures whose actions and decisions have been under public scrutiny for decades. Tiny, in particular, has often been seen as a protective mother who's deeply involved in her children's lives. While this level of involvement can be helpful in many ways, it can also feel suffocating when adult children are trying to assert their independence. From King's perspective, the balance between parental support and autonomy has tilted too far toward interference, creating tension and frustration. Fans also pointed out that the Harris family dynamic is inherently complicated. T.I. and Tiny have had their share of public ups and downs, and their children often feel the weight of those histories. King expressing frustration about his relationship and blaming Tiny isn't just about one missing boyfriend, it's a reflection of how family involvement can sometimes cross the line, especially when it comes to personal relationships. The combination of fame, social media pressure, and parental influence creates a scenario where even small conflicts can become public spectacles. And with King now speaking out, the situation has escalated into a full-blown online conversation, with everyone chiming in on whether his complaints are justified or if he's overreacting. Interestingly, this situation also highlights how parental involvement is perceived differently depending on the context. In normal households, parents giving advice or trying to protect their children is often seen as standard. But when you add the element of fame and a family that's constantly under public scrutiny, those same actions can feel invasive. King seems to be saying that Tiny's involvement has made it harder for him to navigate his personal life freely, particularly his romantic relationships. And whether or not she actually interfered intentionally, the perception alone is enough to create tension. This raises a larger conversation about boundaries, privacy, and autonomy issues that are universally relatable, even if the Harris family's version plays out on a very public stage. Of course, the reactions from fans and followers have ranged from supportive to critical. Many sympathize with King, saying that parents, even loving ones, can unintentionally complicate matters. Others think that venting publicly about a parent's involvement is unnecessary and fuels drama. And then, of course, social media users had fun making jokes, creating memes, and dissecting the entire scenario. It's a mix of serious commentary and entertainment, which is exactly what happens when family matters collide with public platforms. King's post became a viral moment almost instantly, sparking debates about family, independence, and the role parents should play once their children reach adulthood. Another layer to this story is how it reflects the generational dynamics within families, especially in celebrity households. King is part of a generation that grew up with social media and heightened public visibility. Privacy is often scarce, and any personal issue can quickly become public fodder. Tiny, as a parent, has likely tried to protect her children and offer guidance, but from King's perspective, that guidance may feel controlling or restrictive. It's a clash of intentions versus perceptions, which is something that happens in countless households, though usually not with millions of eyes watching every post. And when King chose to make his frustrations public, he amplified the tension, making this an unavoidable topic of conversation for fans, followers, and the media. King's decision to speak out also highlights the power of social media in shaping narratives. When celebrities or their family members share personal grievances online, it instantly invites public judgment and commentary. In this case, King blaming Tiny has sparked debates not only about family boundaries, but also about how much influence parents should have over adult children's romantic relationships. Fans have been dissecting every word, analyzing every implication, and speculating about what really happened behind the scenes. This level of public scrutiny is intense, and it's no wonder that tensions have escalated so quickly. Now, let's step back for a moment and consider the bigger picture. At the heart of King's frustration is a desire for autonomy and independence in his personal life. He wants to manage his relationships on his own terms without feeling monitored or influenced by his parents. This is a feeling that resonates with many adults, not just celebrity children. But when you're part of a famous family like the Harrises, even small conflicts can be amplified and taken out of context. King's public post blaming Tiny may be his way of asserting independence, but it also opens the door for public speculation, judgment, and criticism. And that's exactly what has happened. The response from the public has been fascinating. Some fans are defending King, saying, "He's allowed to express frustration. Parents can overstep." Others argue, "Come on, you're an adult. Stop blaming your mom for your relationship issues." And then, of course, there's the meme brigade, making light of the drama while keeping the story viral. It's a mix of support, critique, and entertainment, which perfectly illustrates how celebrity family dynamics play out in the digital age. King's personal frustrations have become a public conversation, forcing Tiny, T.I., and even the fans to weigh in whether they want to or not. So, what can we take away from this situation? First, family involvement can be a double-edged sword, supportive in some ways, but potentially frustrating in others. Second, communication and boundaries are critical, especially in high-profile households where privacy is limited. Third, public venting, while sometimes necessary, can escalate drama and attract judgment. King Harris is navigating these challenges in a very public way, And his post blaming Tiny highlights the delicate balance between parental guidance and personal autonomy. At the end of the day, it's a story about family, independence, and the challenges of maintaining relationships under intense scrutiny. What do you all think? Was King justified in blaming Tiny? Or is this just another example of celebrity drama? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like,